That's all right.
Whoops.
We're live.
We're live. Marky whoops.
Yeah, Mark's getting ready. I can start us kick us off.
Yeah, you take us off.
59-53 UVA wins in overtime. Absolutely crazy ending there. Fresh. What were your thoughts at the end of overtime or end of regulation?
I thought we'd still win. I didn't know what was going to happen, but it was just a crazy thing. I thought Casey Morsell was great. He's a Wahoo, right? In a way, he came in, played hard, played good, and the whole game was very weird, right? Rotations. We'll talk about it. Different players. You know, I thought Jordan Minor looked like the All ACC player in the first half. He was incredible.
He was a great counter to our Big Daddy, for sure.
But he also offensively, and then at the end of the game, Tane Murray, man, he made some big time plays. So
we'll talk Murray, about career high, right? 11.
No, he had 18.
Oh, that's right. He had 18 against Notre Dame 2 years ago, right?
Iowa.
Oh, that was big. Go ahead, Mark. Kick us off. What are your thoughts?
So, two biggest storylines of the game are the 5 that ended maybe the last 6-7 minutes of regulation, and then overtime. He's getting all that burn, and then Minor's playing that many minutes. Where if you said 5, 6, 7 games ago, would this be the lineup at the end of a critical game and a close game? Who would have raised their hand and said yes, right? The Tamer is going to be this other. And now Rhodey, Rhodey was I don't know when he came out the game. I was trying to handle my little guy and trying to watch the game, and we do have a UVA household though because he's screaming UVA, so he's being trained early. those minutes that Tane's now getting, all of a sudden, I'm calling them the Tanesmanian fans. Hopefully, like Havlicek.
That's awesome.
Right? So, but again, who would have thought that? Who would have said Tane Murray's going to be ending the game, getting and playing? Where's this coming from? And Minor too, right? The other storyline is, for me, if this game is at NC State or a neutral site, do we win? Is the game called differently down low? Right? Minor, you could make the case that as soon as Big Daddy Burns had the ball, Jordan Minor put 2 hands on him every time he touched the ball down low.
Right.
And that's a foul, right? Like I'm
Oh, okay. I didn't see that.
Yeah, oh yeah, every time he touched it, he had pushed him with 2 hands, right? He's got 2 hands on him. Check out, when you review the game later tonight, Dougie, you'll see that. So if it's a big dude, how do you stop him? You're not stopping him unless you really get your chest on him, which he was doing, have 2 hands on him. And I was kind of debating back and forth with a few people who said he was hooking, Big Daddy being, he was getting hammered, right? I don't know about hammered, but you could make the case, certainly, that those were some of those were fouls. And the game is different, right? If they allow them to play, maybe they were allowing them to play the whole game, and that's how they were going to call the game, then fine, if it's consistent. Right? But when you look at Minor stayed in the game, I don't know how you stay in the game with the ball going down low to Big Daddy Burns that often, and only ending up with, I'm checking his fouls right now. Minor only had 2 fouls.
3. 2, right? Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. With the ball going down low to Big Daddy Burns, and Minor only ends up with 2 fouls, giving up, 150 pounds.
Big Daddy.
He's playing against a sumo wrestler, like a sumo wrestler who's got twinkle toe, like incredible footwork. Incredible. But I think if that's somewhere else, I'm not sure the game is ref the way it was as it was tonight.
And we out-rebounded them 54-33. How about that?
Yep. Yeah.
Incredible.
54-33?
54-33.
54 sounds like a lot of rebounds, no? In a game?
15 offensive rebounds.
When you only shoot, 34%, 35% from 2, and 28% from 3, 4 for 14, there's going to be a lot of rebounds.
There's a lot of balls up for grabs today.
But is, one of the questions was rebound toughness and just toughness in general, defensive toughness, that I've spoken to Jay Willie about. They showed it tonight. They showed some rebounding prowess, and some just inner strength and toughness and determination. So T-Dubs, question for you now. Cautiously optimistic. Does the needle move to more sliding towards more optimistic, or does it remain?
I'm still. It doesn't change much for me. I feel like this was going to be a close one. We needed it to. I mean, if we lose this one, it's a problem, right? But I feel like right now this keeps us on the bubble. I mean, it keeps us right squarely a bubble in the mix. That graphic they showed only 3 teams getting into from the ACC that are squarely in today. The rest on the bubble. That's kind of crazy. Obviously, a lot of games left, but we've got to show out. We got to win. We got to win a lot of games down the stretch here. Yeah, and I don't think we can slip. Like the problem is, I don't think we can slip up because the committee generally rewards consistent play. If you beat Duke and then you lose to Notre Dame, you're probably. I mean, those two don't equal each other out. They tend to take bad losses much worse than big wins.
This year, right? That's a great point. Duke this year is not Duke of
right. Yeah, that too. Right.
They're not as strong as they have been. 12 games left. Anything can happen, right? There's some time, but let's also remember the strength of this UVA schedule. It's a lot more challenging in the month of February.
Yeah.
Yes, right now is the easiest part of the schedule, and it's not that easy, but I'll take it. We'll take every win we can get. I mean, at Louisville is the next one. Big
and
one.
Then it's Notre Dame, right? Now, let's say we win those 2 T-Dubs. Move the needle or no?
No, those are just must-wins. Those are like must-win games.
Back pocket.
Yeah, if you want to stay, that's to keep us in the bubble. Like, it's not to get us out of the bubble. I think at Clemson is a get us out of the bubble kind of situation, right? Like, you win that one, now you're on a little run here, and it's on the road.
February is a tough month.
It is.
You got Pitt, who just beat in the middle of the month, but good night, buddy. Thank you. Love you.
Daddy.
Sorry.
At Clemson.
Are we going back 4 years, Marky Mark, when that was me and my kids? Hey, Daddy.
Right. You got Clemson, Miami, Florida State, Pitt, Wake Forest. Right, another shot at Wake Forest. Virginia Tech at Tech, Carolina, and then at BC. On the road is never easy in the conference.
Yeah, that's 8 relatively tough games in a row.
And then you end up with March with at road on Duke, on the road in Cameron, and home against Georgia Tech.
Whew. Yeah,
it's real, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you're cautiously optimistic, it sounds scary. It sounds like it's an uphill battle, honestly. Like, right to me, to really make a run here at the end of the season. It's a tall task, but we got the right guy.
It's funny because I saw the schedule before, and I thought this would be a coast part.
Right.
NC State, at Georgia Tech, whatever. And it didn't turn out that way, but maybe we can turn it around and do some things.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Spencer raised it early in a whether it was a month ago, a couple weeks ago, right before we were getting into the real part of the ACC season, where he said the beginning of the schedule is not that difficult. We should be fine. But then as we go into February, it's really difficult. So we all thought we would be better right now, I think. And I certainly agree with him. Right, based on the way Notre Dame was playing, NC State I had seen play a couple of times.
Exactly.
It hasn't been easy, guys. It's not
for sure. I think WFSU says we're overthinking it. We're playing for 4th or 5th in the ACC. But yeah, it's a log jam at that. Unfortunately, at 4th or 5th, so you're talking one game dropping you at multiple spots. So we'll see down the stretch here. Every win is going to be massive, and every loss is too, right?
The problem, I think, and maybe he's right overthinking it. But some of the problems are that the margin of victory is so significant against Wake Forest, against Notre Dame, And now, we're showing a different, and Dante Harris and Minor making that big of a difference. And maybe Tane now too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tane was huge, man.
Yeah, Tane was amazing. Oh my gosh. I mean, he had that one little sort of drives at the end where McNeely kicked it back to him and he drove in and had the nice finish. That was great. That was good to see, right? It was really solid, like solid play from him. Hit some big free throws, hit a big three. He looked really good out there. He got some big rebounds.
TB typically plays 7, maybe 8 guys, right? And now tonight, his 7, 8 guys were probably Dante and Tane to make 7, right? Maybe a little bit Buchanan. I'm curious to see. I don't know what the minute distribution was. I'm really curious.
Yeah, I saw a lot more of Dante than I would have expected tonight. I'm not sure why. It's probably the guards on NC State, the whole thing. But every time I looked at the game, he was playing. So I'm not sure.
He played. So off the bench, Dante led the way, 20 minutes. Tane 19, and Blake 14. Jake Rose had 10. Leon had 3.
Yeah. So Tane and Dante played the same amount.
Yep.
And both surprised me at how many minutes they got.
Yeah, 19 and 20. That's big.
Yeah. And you said Buchanan had how many?
14.
And then Groves with 10.
Groves with 10.
And that's probably including that last minute where they threw him in for a free throw shooting. And
correct.
Done.
Yeah, that's big. I mean, it looks like our sort of rotation is getting tighter and tighter. So,
yep.
Unfortunately for our guy Eli, he's not. But hopefully, there are opportunities for him to get some minutes here. Who knows?
How many minutes did Rhodey play tonight? 20.
Rhodey played 12.
12.
A lot less. 12. That was the difference. Rhodey played.
See,
a lot less today.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's where all the minutes. That's where the extra minutes came from.
I know, but I'm wondering. That's a big talking point on forum and locker room access. Like, why did he play 12? Not 12.
Well, a lot of people are saying, why is he playing 30?
All right, but 12. 30 minus 12 is 20. I mean, whatever, 18. But I'm saying, how do you go from 30 to 12? That's a weird thing, no?
If the other guys are playing well, how do you insert him? Like what Dante's bringing to the table with energy, defense.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I don't think Dante's great, but I love what he does. Does that make sense?
Yeah, Kim Wright says he had early turnovers.
I mean, he only had 2 turnovers, but
if they're early and they seem like they're more magnified, if they're within a certain amount they're within 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Man, maybe matchups as well. That's it.
I agree with that, TW. That's a good point.
Right.
Totally agree.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting down the stretch here. Dante definitely brings a different dynamic in terms of speed, ball handling, and tenacity. He does bring another level. And then
dynamics a perfect word for him, right?
Yeah, for sure. It seems like the one shot, I mean, for both sides that never goes in. Maybe this is a college hoops thing. Pump fake from 3, you take one step in, and like that shot rarely goes in. I guess because your defender's behind you or whatever. But like, it seems like every time we do that, it's just get ready for a rebound. This game, it felt both sides never made that shot. I don't know what it is. It's a Mike Scott shot. Mike Scott used to was like 90% from that. Pump fake 3, take one step in, hit it every time. Anyway, what do we got? Danny Alter, does anyone watch video done? You're not going to beat him in ISO. He had that one block. That was crazy. The post up, and then he blocked him one-on-one. It's impressive. What makes Dante so good is that he is a competitor. That's from Sean. This is for sure. That's the dynamic ability he has. Peggy with too many cross-court passes that were taken for scores. Yeah, we had a lot of sloppy turnovers. Like, I don't know what causes that. Yeah, this game's like hand-to-hand combat. Yeah, Murray was a big difference. That's no question. It's about consistency though, right? Like having Rhodey play one game and then now Tane, and can we have
Tane? I think Tane brings a different thing than like sort of Rhodey does, right? Like he goes hard, goes to the basket, he attacks, right? Rhodey's very calm, very good passer, runs the offense when you need it.
Right.
But every now and again, you need a guy just to like explode, and Tane's really good at that, and he has been.
And he seems pretty steady with the ball too. Like a
little bit.
It's nice, like that drive and the finish and hitting the three. He just doesn't hesitate. I mean, obviously he's got a ton of experience. He's been in the program 4 years now.
3. I think 3, right? Yeah.
He looks good out there. I think Have is probably fist pumping the entire second half. So pretty cool to see him get minutes. Yeah. What'd you call him? The
Tangmanian.
But he had. So I'm involved. I have Instagram now.
Okay.
YouTube.
Let's go.
I should not be, but there's somebody on Instagram, young kids they're the Tane is the GOAT fan club thing.
Okay.
And we talk, and they're like, they told me in like the DM, such an honor to meet you. They have no idea who I am, I think, but they're so cool. I think it's a brother, sister, and a brother who are young, but they are like, Tane is the GOAT.
I love it.
Can we share with Eric that we already coined the phrase Tainsmanians?
Tanesmanian.
We're calling it Tainsmanians, and have the official head of the Tainsmanian fan club.
Yeah, he's definitely driving that bandwagon. What are your opinions on the aggressive hand checking by NC State?
I didn't see it.
I didn't either, and not say it didn't happen. I didn't see it in the last, or in overtime, or the last. But I don't go by me because I was having.
I mean, Reese's drive, there definitely was some hand checking for sure. But like consistently all game, it's a tough one out in the perimeter. Is that what you mean, Ryan? The rebounding difference was good. Turnovers got State back in the game. Young teams still showing their age. Just from Corey V.
15 turnovers from UVA.
What's that?
Too many Who's turnovers. 15. 15
a lot. We had a lot of like just lazy passes. I don't know what it was about that. It was strange. Like why? Like where does that come from? And then there was just like some passes that we just lobbed lobbed in the air. I'm like, what are you doing? Like you would never do that in March. Like if you do that in March, that's a turnover, and that's a
It's funny. I see us complete a lot of those lob passes. Now that I'm like, what are we doing?
Why?
And Reese, this is the only year I've seen Reese make horrible turnovers. And he's still the leading, probably assist to turnover ratio guy in the conference. But he just makes some crazy, like Reese. What are you doing?
I think
for him.
Like 35 to 40 minutes a game. Your mind goes a little bit, right? You get a little tired.
That's probably
sometimes you might, and you might throw some cross-court passes after you get frustrated, or the offense isn't flowing.
Yeah, but vis-a-vis his first 3 years, he was so meticulous at it, right, Marky?
But I don't think he was playing 40 minutes a game. 40 minutes a game.
No, he played a lot of minutes.
Yeah, but he doesn't have Kihei now. There's no other ball handler on the team this year. Well, Dante's back.
Dante's back. Okay, that's true.
Before Dante played, 18, 20 minutes tonight. He's going to have some turnovers. Would I expect fewer turnovers with Dante in the backcourt with him?
I'm talking about the kind of turnovers, right?
Yeah.
I guarantee you, when you watch your sons play basketball, they're like the kind of turnover is different.
No.
Like a long, over the top pass and like it's a bad turn. It's different, but whatever. I've noticed Reese do a little bit more of that. Listen, I'm not complaining, right?
No, it's like we're like throwing up jump balls every once in a while. I don't get it why.
Exactly. Yep.
T-Dubs, remind me how many minutes Buchanan played tonight?
14.
8 rebounds in 14 minutes. So rebounding well. And they crashed the boards.
They do.
That's good.
NC State was hustling for offensive rebounds. I thought we did a really good boxing out.
Tyler, with thoughts on CTB rocking the suit tonight, like Tiger was wearing red on Sunday.
Oh, he came back in the suit? I didn't know that.
Well, I think that for the campaign for cancer, it is sneakers and suits.
Yes.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, it is. It's very cool. And then they showed the children's cancer kids painting the shoes. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's amazing. So cool.
What do we have? Foul. Kim with foul on Meyer at the end of regulation was ridiculous.
What's that?
2 hands on the back. Is that what you were saying, Mark? Is that part of that, or
I'm not sure they called a strip late in the game, but I'm not sure.
Oh, that one. Yes. That's right.
Listen,
he dove into the feet. That one. Yeah.
I'm not sure which one she was referring to. I think maybe, but again, I think overall, we can't complain about the refs tonight. No one can.
No.
There's no way Jordan Minor ends up with 2 fouls anywhere else if this game is played in any other.
Yeah, he had 2 fouls, and one of them was that one that we're complaining about. So,
Yeah, I mean, tonight, if Big Daddy Burns had a UVA jersey on and Minor was wearing an NC State jersey and was pushing Big Daddy Burns the way Minor was pushing Big Daddy Burns tonight, there would have been a riot in the arena. We would have had, and on the internet.
Rob, with why does this UVA team struggle at the line? We've talked about this a number of times. Like, what is up with the free throws?
Hey, Rob,
clearly it's mental, right? It's just
I don't really have an answer. Like I shot free throws in high school, sophomore year 92%, junior year 82, senior year 77. My last year in college 77, which is low, but I made them at the end. I don't know. I do not have a great answer for free throws except the fact you should make them.
So Minor's never been a good free throw shooter.
Well, we're talking about
what's that?
Minor?
Minor's never been a good free throw shooter.
No, we're talking generally about free throws, Mark.
But I'm just saying it's not going to all of a sudden change overnight if you weren't a good free throw shooter coming into the season, right? That's one issue.
Yeah.
And then some guys just aren't great free throw shooters.
But I'm saying people want to understand what it's a free throw, right? Like what happens?
Go down the list of guys on the team who didn't shoot, who don't shoot free throws. Like I mean, Dunn's a 66 or 60-something% free throw shooter.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was ever good, and so it could be that guys shooting form or their left-handed, their guide hand isn't working the way it should be, or they're holding the ball too long, whatever it is. Or for some guys, it could be mental.
Right.
Ryan Dunn this year, he shot 57% from the free throw line.
I mean, is it?
So,
I mean, here's a wild theory that obviously the guys that are getting to the line a lot aren't great free throw shooters. I'm thinking like mostly Dunn and potentially Jordan. And then the others shoot so infrequently that the percentage, it's hard to get in a rhythm. I don't know if I'm just making up excuses here, but like you don't shoot a ton of free throws. You get 1 or 2 a game. It's really hard to be consistently making those 2.
It's a good point. Tane Murray 3 for 4 tonight from the free throw line.
Big ones. Tane.
Reese 3 for 5. Yeah, Reese missed the 2 that he normally makes. It's a little strange,
right. But if you look at Tane Murray's free throw shooting, but again, he's one of those guys that gets there so infrequently. Mostly, probably a lot has to do with the lack of minutes he gets.
Yeah,
because he's an athlete, he's going to drive. So I don't know if he's the sample size you want to review and look at. But
I mean, that's kind of across the board, right? The guards don't draw a ton of fouls, so it's not like they're getting to the line consistently and getting in a rhythm. Maybe it's still. I mean, I'm sure there's a way to practice that, but it's still pretty tough.
That's not right. I mean, that's not the offense does not encourage attacks, right?
Right.
From the guard position. A lot of outside shots.
But now that we have Tane, maybe that changes.
We've got another Tasmanian.
That's right.
No, when you look at so Reese and McNeely are good free throw shooters.
Right.
Right. And next level, who no question, what he just said about the press.
What is Kevin Keats saying in his post-game presser? Obviously, we're on here.
I gotta believe he's complaining about the fouls. I have to believe that.
From Burns?
Yeah.
From Mansky. Mark's being a hater.
No.
Remember, Keats and Diarrhea both have gotten thrown out versus Wake. Yeah. What else we got here?
I'm being objective. And listen, I want to win, and I'm the most competitive guy there is. So I always want to win. I'm not complaining that we got the victory. Just, in terms of being objective.
Yeah, we would have sealed it in regulation. That's why that foul was huge, right? The one where they called Minor for kind of diving into the ball. But I think it was a foul, truthfully. Like he was definitely, he jumped into the space where Horn was walking, landing, however you want to say it, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
well, good win tonight, T-Dubs.
Great win.
Even it just to, you like to think that we can maintain some sort of lead after leading by 12 at the half and extended it to 14. You'd like to win that game by 8 to 10 or 8 at a minimum. Okay, but a lot of character at the end of the game and overtime.
How do we improve? We have a lot of anxiety at the shred. That seems like it.
So we need yeah. I think so. Maybe they need a sports psychologist on staff.
I think they have Tom Parent. I think TP. Rhodey shooting 30% from the free throw line. Wow.
Yeah.
He's not shooting a lot though. He's not getting to the line a ton, so I don't take too much stock in that. Physicality of Burns or Burns out, and his shot was off in overtime. The one hook that he had to tie it up though was incredible. Like he backed down Minor, turned around and made that little baby hook. I was wow.
But from the moment he's catching that basketball, if Big Daddy Burns had a UVA shirt on, we would all be screaming and yelling. TB would have had text. I don't know how Kevin Keats controlled himself. I would have been fuming.
Yeah, it wasn't just. You're saying it wasn't just a body; it was hands. Hands all over.
He was pushing with two hands. You guys get a chance. Go review the game, and maybe I need to review it too. And maybe I'm wrong. Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that either. Keats walking past CTB. Minor versus Burns.
Minor Burns.
Mark, you're crazy. NC State was getting away with hand stuff all night. You can't ding Minor if you don't ding Burns equally.
I'm not saying that's not true.
Nothing says UVA basketball like a game going into overtime is still ending in. Yeah, we still with overtime and it's still way under. Like that's impressive. That's really impressive. And then right on. Well, we were just talking about this before. Is it right on the spread or depending
on your I don't know.
Yeah, depends on what line you got because the line moved all day from 4 to 6.5, and a lot of people I think a lot of people got it at 6, so it was right on the nose, which is amazing considering you're scoring 59 points. Hater, you're being a hater. Mark's being when you win, you can hate all you want. So
that's right, and I'll be the subject of hatred. As long as UVA wins all day long. That's right.
Well, we won by 6, right?
Yep.
I think it was 5.5 the line.
I think different betting platforms had different spreads.
Yeah, me and two of my buddies mess around, have fun. We never pay, it never matters.
Is it?
But they're like, yeah, I'll take NC State 5. What is it? Plus 5.5. I'm like, of course, I'll take my Who's. So I think I won.
5.5. You got 5.5. Yeah, that makes sense. It's kind of moving all day. Does Tane get to start next game?
I don't think so, Jen.
Yes.
I don't think so. I don't know how he goes from playing Rhodey from 30 to 12 and then not playing him, not starting him at all. If he doesn't start, when does he come in? Not saying he doesn't deserve it.
I think we got to do a real deep dive into the Rhodey minute 30-12. There's got to be something, right?
There's also, now you've got Dante playing a lot more and playing well, although he only got like 10 minutes against Georgia Tech. You've got Tane, Dante, Rhodey, and
but
that lineup again.
I'm saying 30-12 is drastic, right?
Yeah, the bigger lineup. Are we ever going to see that again? I guess depending.
Is that going to continue, or is that just a one-off? I don't know.
I've seen that many times, Jen, before when someone plays really well in the first half. Jen, I've seen that when someone plays well in the first half, they get the start in the second half. And then he goes back, and then TV goes back to the original starting lineup. Not to say that there won't be a change. We don't know.
Fresh, did you ever stand on a scorer's table for any reason? Any game?
No, but I'll tell you a great story, TW. And you had to be there, probably in junior high school. We beat Duke at home after beating Duke at Duke in the same year, 1993. We beat them at home. And we went back to the locker room. And I said in the locker room, Coach Jones, can we go out and celebrate with our fans? The fans stormed the court, Marky. And he's like, hell yeah. Coach Jones, Jeff Jones, most conservative coach. Hell yeah, go out. We go back out. Ted Jeffries jumped up on the scorer's table, grabbed the microphone, and got the party started.
That's so awesome.
And we were out there. TW probably was like sophomore in high school or whatever, and we were, we beat Duke at home.
That's incredible.
Last year, and that was so much. And the fun did not end on that court that night. I can tell you that much.
No, I can't imagine. Tyler said, in all seriousness, if Burns was 30 to 45 pounds lighter, dude would be all ACC. Yeah, he is. The touch is really impressive, man. He's got really good touch.
Oh, the hand.
Minor went from not playing to the best player in UVA history in 3 games. Eric Thomas.
I think Jordan Minor is going to be all ACC at some point.
Seriously,
dude, are you kidding me?
He took a big turn. That's maybe the I don't know, biggest turnaround that I can remember, at least in the TB era.
There was a point on the Jay Willie show.
You can't explain it, right?
Yeah.
He said we're going to need Jordan Minor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Missing shots and turning the ball over will get you on the bench. He's talking about Rhodey. Tane and Minor are big time minutes. Murray needs to start. Tane started tonight.
Tane got to start.
CTP rewards his guys for good play in the second half start. Yeah.
I like that. I do like that. So Tane did start in the second half?
He did start in the second half.
Okay.
Jeff Sweat man. I want to see Minor beat him down court and get a couple bunnies. Yeah. Walking it up, let him catch his breath. I drank for free all night, fresh from Hensky. And free sandwiches at Little John's.
Not a boy.
Great story, fresh from Byron. What actually when you guys won at Cameron that game, what happened? How did you guys celebrate or react?
Oh, that at Cameron?
Yeah, at Cameron. How was that?
I'll tell you, it was a Sunday, and that was the day the students returned from winter break, right?
Uh-huh.
And so that included Tom Hensky, of all people.
No, but at Cameron, while you were on the court, what did you guys do? Just shake your hands and be polite, or did you?
I had a heckler telling me the whole game, Bobby's gonna kill you, Doug Smith. I'm like, why are you talking to me? I'm like, not even the main part of this team. And after the game, I looked at him and I hit him. After the game, the best thing is Coach Jason Williford, Jay Willie, we're going off the court, and he goes, "Did the Steelers win?"
Makes total sense.
You can't make it up. They were probably in the quarterfinals of the NFL or whatever, and Jay was like, "Yo, the Steelers win." The Steelers, like, Jay, we just beat Duke and Duke, man.
The Junior Borough bank. That was the bank shot.
Mm-hmm.
That was incredible.
And my missed shot. I missed a three, and Junior put it back in with his left hand. If you can see my left hand.
Yeah.
Back in. But that was a fun day. We never were down a point that game.
That was such a great game.
Yeah, we didn't celebrate in the court too much, but I'll tell you, in the locker room,
It went crazy.
and then back in Charlottesville, when the students were back, we had way more fun on a Sunday night.
Oh, I bet. That was unbelievable. Jim with the how about Jordan Minor for most improved player? I mean, it's hard to do most improved within a season, right? Usually it's actually I don't know how that award works. Is it from last season or during the season? I don't even know. But I'm all for it. Anything that gets Jordan Minor an award at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, the Yum
I've never seen a guy go from irrelevant to so relevant in one season.
Right.
No,
Right.
I mean it.
Yeah,
I mean it.
Pretty wild.
It's incredible.
Maybe Chris Hunter back in the day when he started on senior night and then got a bunch of blocks and
Yeah, I heard Chris Hunter should have played a lot more, but I don't remember that time so much.
well, the Yum Center domination continue on Saturday. Fingers crossed it does. We need it. Tane started the second half. Rhodey got to stop with the lazy passes. Yeah, it could be that. Those lob passes are just unreal. When TV has beef in the post, his team wins games. Realistically, how many games do y'all think we need to win to make the tourney this year? I think it just depends on so many other factors, right? It depends on how everyone else ends the season. So, I'd like us to see. I'd like to see us clean up outside of UNC and Duke and have those two as kind of like
that's fair
icing on the cake. That would be ideal for me, and like that would make me feel comfortable.
I think we will win one or two of those games, not both.
Yeah, both is a lot to ask.
But just keep winning, man. Like a win's a win, good, bad, ugly. It's fun.
Let's see. Hensky said Duke went at home. No one was passing to freshmen. Decided to pull it from half court. You remember that?
Yeah. Yep. I was so mad that game, and nobody was giving me the ball, and I caught it from the hash mark, and I just shot it, and it went in. So Hensky went. Hensky knows.
Chris Martin, crazy ESPN only has 3 ACC schools in the tourney. Yeah, that is a bunch of.
That's
not
that's
going to last, right? Or it's just right now. It means nothing because other teams got to lose and win. I think WFSU was saying earlier, 4 or 5 are going to get in, so you just want to fight to be in the top 4 or 5. Jordan.
I'm gonna interject. T-Ski, WFSU. I think he's in Westchester somewhere, but he said you got to bring him back 3 refrigerated sandwiches from Little John. So that's on you, T-Ski.
Julie, are we going to see Elijah on the court again this season, Fresh?
Man, I hope so. I don't know.
Duke and UNC are both beatable. Yeah, they are. Can we beat both? Fingers crossed we do.
UNC's not very beatable.
At least we have them at home.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go to the game.
Do we have any idea how Elijah's knee is? Do you know? Is he healthy? Is he feeling good?
Yeah, he's fine. Better than fine.
Is Dante a better pure point guard than Reese? I would say no.
No.
Next one. I mean, the rebounding advantage was huge. Definite weakness. Think of it a lot. How much of that is just Jordan Minor? I don't know, but definitely I think we've made a focus on rebounding, and that was clear today that They pulled it off.
Yep.
Got you the sandwiches. Little John's is back open again. I heard somebody bought it and reopened it, like a lacrosse player or something like that. Like invested.
I'm not sure.
Reopened it, something like that.
Five easy.
We own the glass tonight, man. That's so nice.
It really
luxury. Fifth. What was it? Rebounding. It was 55 to. Let's see. I had
to guess that.
54 to 33 in rebounding. It's crazy.
That's a lot, right?
Put Minor on Baycott or Reese guarding Davis. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun.
I get it, but I'm not. I want to see Minor against the real big guys, right? It's a whole different thing.
Yeah, Baycott is,
he's 7 feet or whatever.
He's a 20-10 for against us every time. What remains our biggest weakness, Fresh?
Oh man, not playing Elijah Gertrude. I'm kidding, but I got to think about that one. I
mean, we're all over the place. Consistency seems to be like the weakness. Like, what are we? Who's our guy? Who's going to consistently step up? We don't really have an answer to that. You think when you don't know every night to night what your weaknesses are, it's kind of scary.
Yeah, great question.
Need to reopen Zazus. I don't even know what that is. That's Ingram for UNC is a problem for yeah. Tyler's not worried about Elijah's transfer. He was going to redshirt anyways, and yeah.
No, he's not. He won't transfer. Nope.
Lance, extended droughts. I mean, at this point, that is a tradition as old as the good old song. You got to go 5-minute drought like every game. It's a tradition.
Well, I'll do the other side of it. I think NC State didn't score for 7 minutes, and we were up by 4 points in the first half.
Yeah, this is your classic UVA game.
But you gotta, if the other team doesn't score, you gotta score, right? Is that fair?
Right. When your defense needs to turn into offense, is what right?
Yep.
McNeely 4 for 16.
I love it.
Zazu is a rap restaurant that was on Ivy. I assume it was good, otherwise you wouldn't mention it. But
WRAP or a rap like
WARP rap.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Shawarma rap.
I don't know.
It's gone now. Okay. No to the drought tradition. Yeah, I wish that was the case.
Yep.
We definitely had that drought issue over and over again. But anything else fresh? Parting words? I think Mark is off.
Yeah, we're good. You win the game. Not pretty. I don't know if we covered the spread, didn't cover the spread, but whatever. It's fine. So on to the next.
Chipotle before Chipotle was Zazu. Yeah, that was. I mean, when I go back, I go to the staples that I know of in Charlottesville. So I don't really venture outside of that. Why didn't we foul at the end of regulation when we had 2 fouls to give? That's a good. I think we just wanted to play straight up D, is my guess.
Yeah, I guess.
More pressure on guards as Kihei would do beyond half court. Let Dante do that. I can see that. And yeah, now it's beat the Cards, man. We're going to Louisville Saturday pregame. Check us out. Make sure you subscribe if you're not already following us, and we will catch you guys Saturday before Louisville.
Go Hoos.
Go Hoos.